Hello and welcome back to Basic Binges, part of Nom Talk Network. On this show, we review popular shows that are out right now, either streaming or on TV, while eating and drinking our favorite food or beverage. I'm your host, Jefferson, and right now I'm enjoying hot water and Larry's keto protein crunchy cookies. You can barely see it. There it is.
I
That's what I'm
hated those
having.
cookies.
You want these cookies?
I hate those cookies.
Hey.
They're too they taste funny.
Yeah, all right. But I like them enough.
Oh,
Oh,
Joining me today
they
are
taste so
Ren,
good.
who just I don't know, I guess it's not part of
no.
Larry's fan club.
They taste funny, have a weird texture.
And
It's red.
Mikey.
Hey guys, how's it going? I've got trail mix and water because I'm healthy. No, I'm not. There's nothing. I had nothing in my cabinet, so
No
that's why.
espresso beans today.
I
I
have
ate them
liquid
all.
death.
Okay.
You ate all of them
Yes.
All
that
right.
same day?
No, I was snacking on them for the past two episodes.
Oh, okay. I'm like that same time. Like, wow, you did not sleep then.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait, Ren, so you're having liquid death and what?
Liquid death. That's it.
I remember Liquid Death.
I love their commercials. I don't understand, like it's just water in a can. It's just
It's
it,
carbonated water.
yeah, it's carbonated water, right. It's just I feel like
Remember?
we have enough of those.
Do you remember at work, Jefferson? I used to buy all the. I used to buy those for
Yeah,
us
you
at
did.
work,
Yeah. And
and I
it's
could
like
never keep it in stock. People
it was
always
my
kept them.
first time having it on my last-ish day working there. And I
Mm.
was like, wait, it's just sparkling water in a can? There's nothing special about it? Because the commercials made it look so fucking awesome and visceral and like it's like a traumatic experience. And I'm like, oh, it's just water. Okay.
Just like this, these past few episodes.
You know, you know, I'm starting to feel that way too. Like I I'm not gonna lie, I don't I wasn't a fan of these two. I wasn't a fan of what are we on? 10 and
Nine and
11?
ten.
Nine
9
and
and
10.
9 and 10. I wasn't a fan. Yeah, getting ahead of myself. I'm just gonna say that. So, let's start off with Tomie actually. Let's start
Okay.
off with Tomie episode. So episode 9 was the Tomie episode, and right off the bat, with the opening of Junji Ito Maniac and with Tomie having a prominent spot in the opening sequence, I would assume they devote more episodes to her, but this is our only Tomie episode, and I didn't think it was a strong one to open up with, especially for people just finding out about Tomie through this anime. Like, that
Same.
is one part of a multiple story in the Tomie thing. Like,
Okay. Okay.
this is the only one I actually know, kind of. Um, photograph. Photograph starts off with first off in the point of view of somebody else. It's not even Tomie's point of view. What was her name again? It was Tsukiko, and Tsukiko is selling in her high school. She's like made a living out of selling photographs of popular people to her classmates without the person's consent at a pretty high profit. And
Gotta get that bread.
I get that bread.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Before Instagram, I guess.
gotta get the unconsensual bread.
I mean, they're all technically, pretty calm pictures. None of them are
None of them
spicy.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. But it just feels very it's like school paparazzi is what she's doing. She's basically doing school paparazzi. Um and this is a Tomie story that is one part of a like a kind of a not a long arc, but it's like 3 or 4-ish chapters, I want to say. And the way the manga is meant to like play out as a reader, you already kind of know a little bit that something's up with Tomie, but since that this is let's say that this is someone's first exposure to Tomie. It's fucking weird. It's just, oh, is it? Is it? How did you? Okay, Ren, how did you feel about this episode?
Well, I was like, oh, is this like some play on the like when you take photos and there's that spirit thingy?
Sure. Oh, like
Like,
Shutter, like the movie Shutter. Isn't that what it's called? The camera horror movie. Like,
or like those spirit orb stuff, or people are like, oh, I see shadow people. I'm like, oh, is that supposed to be like
oh,
some haunted thing that's going on
That's what
with
I was
her
thinking too.
head?
Yeah.
oh. Wait, Mike, this is also your first exposure to Tomie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. All right. I'm okay, now I'm intrigued. Ren, keep going and then we'll get to Mikey.
So I thought it was a play on that, or
Yeah.
like maybe I will look too deep. I'm like, oh, maybe it's trying to go with the whole like you don't know what's beneath the surface of a picture, something like surface level of a person. You just take the picture and like that's it. You don't really know what's underneath. And then you get Tomi.
Yeah.
Her name's Tomi, right? The one with
Tomie.
the you have the second head going on, and it's kind of a rude, mean head. I mean, she is too. I mean, she's kind of weird.
Tomie is weird. It's just
Uh,
I
I'm not
didn't.
surprised. Like she lost the head at this point. What I was surprised was that it came back.
Oh, she'll be back. I mean, not in this season, or if there's even more seasons of this show.
There's,
She will
I
be
assume
back.
there's, I assume there was probably more about her. Just the fact that her was growing back, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there's definitely more to her.
And the girl was taking photos. I'm like, you're taking this way too calmly.
Yeah.
There's blood all over
Oh
your
my God.
Yeah. At the end of
room.
that,
I
you're right.
was
I
like,
agree.
no one's calling the cops or anything. Okay,
Yeah, dude.
let's
Okay, when
go.
the way this ended, it just kind of like, oh, I guess I should probably clean up all this blood in my room.
It's almost a
Is it the
comedy.
first? I was like, is this not the first time there was blood in your room
That's what I was
or
thinking too.
something?
But yeah, like you kind of open it up the story thinking Tsukiko is our not only our POV character, but that's who we think is the horror. Like
Mhm.
Tsukiko is just this deplorable human making a profit off of non-consenting people. But really it's this hot girl, Tomie. That's what you really gotta pay attention to. And Tomie, if you didn't know that, I guess like Tomie just seems like another person until the ending. Um Mikey, how'd you feel about this one?
I mean, it was definitely very bloody at the end.
Yeah.
So I like that. It was gruesome. I liked it. Um, I wasn't really feeling this episode. I thought it was a little slow. Um, the characters, like not just say that Tomie is has a bigger story. I
Yeah.
can see that,
Mm.
but at the time of watching this coming in fresh, I didn't really, I didn't feel the horror. I didn't feel the suspense. I was kind of like, this is just gonna, this is. I felt like this was gonna be another one of those incomplete ones that we got,
Oh, it
Yeah.
which I guess
definitely
it
is.
was. But I don't know. I think I'm kind of like just I'm just I wasn't the audience for this episode, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Same.
pretty meh. Well, for both of
I
you, it's pretty meh.
Yeah.
yeah. Tomio, like the character herself, was giving me Georgina from Mean Girls vibes.
Oh, Regina George?
Yeah, Regina
I can
George.
see
Yeah.
that. I
And
can
I was
see
like,
that.
calm down. I'm not here for you.
I
Like this whole that episode I wasn't into it, but maybe it's because I don't know the rest of the works with Tomie.
Yeah.
So
just to give context, I guess. We're about like I don't know if you can see my bookmark, but that's about where photograph is, and
Mhm.
there's so much more with Tomie,
So that is
that
the
is
and
a
beginning of
lot.
that's the
It's a
beginning of her
lot
story
more.
though.
the thick ass book. Monkey, what was that?
That was the beginning of her story though, right?
Yeah.
Photograph.
It's
Is it the beginning of her
basically the
story?
beginning. It basically is. Like it might as
Okay.
well be the beginning, but you understand kind of the concept of her before photograph starts.
So why was
Okay.
Sukiku so calm when she had her room turned into a bloody crime scene? Was that just part of the episode, just the way it
That
was.
was just part of the. Yeah, there wasn't really an
She didn't really
explanation
care.
in the
So
manga.
like,
No,
okay,
no.
It was
You know,
she was really chill about that?
it's
Damn.
not really something you really focus on, honestly. Like, especially.
I focused on it.
Yeah, I
We
was
both
like,
did.
alright.
That's kind of a weird. That's kind of interesting thing to focus on, but like, no, it's not really
Well,
addressed.
because like, okay, just pretend like Tomio doesn't have anything else. This is it. This is all you get of Tomio, and
Yeah.
nothing else exists of them. It was pretty, not Tomio herself in this episode was not really that attention grabbing to me.
Yeah, I get it. I
In the
get it.
end, the one that caught my attention was Camera Girl because I was like, why are you calm?
Yeah,
And you also
Yeah.
almost died by the teacher.
totally get it. Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh.
How are you okay?
Even
also,
the
I felt like there should have been like I thought they were gonna give us some more information because like they talked about how she had been in Spain because she looked at the
Mhm.
photos and stuff. I'm like, oh, there's something here to this, and they just kind of leave it
Yeah,
hanging. I think that's the problem with
a
the
little bit of France too, and it was
yeah.
like there was
yeah.
history
I
there,
wonder.
and I'm like, oh, is there some spirit from France that is haunting her,
There's definitely a reason why
thinking
she
of
said
possessing
that.
her?
There's definitely a reason why
Wow.
she said that, and it's kind of like more into what Tomie actually is. I don't know if you want.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
no.
Jefferson, I
I
think
won't get
that's
into it, but like,
the
it's
thing, Jefferson. I think that's the problem with the series so far is that like overall the series is like got it's introducing us some really good characters,
yeah, it
Mhm.
some
is.
really good imagery, some good gore,
But it's
but
all in the end
overall,
an advertisement for buying the fucking.
right? It's like we don't get full story. Not all the time. I mean, once in a while there's a full story, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's not enough to keep it going. And so by this is like the ninth episode, I'm kind of like as great as this series looks and some of the characters are really interesting. I'm
Yeah.
kind of almost tapped out. It's like,
It's
ooh,
not holding its weight, I think.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
on
It
its
promising
feels
own,
something.
as an
it
anime
feels like
on
a
its own,
big
it really doesn't.
yeah, it feels like a big advertisement for like go look at other things
Go buy the
that are
manga. Go to your local
like go
library and
look
buy
at
the
the
manga and
manga
read the manga.
because like surprise, there's other stuff related to these episodes. Or it's made for an audience that already knows his work fully, like all of them.
And
Not
that's the
just little bits, but all of it. And
and
I'm
that's the
like,
Yeah.
not
thing.
everyone knows all his works.
But I
That's the
wonder if that
thing though.
audience is actually feeling satisfied that they're getting so small. Like, if you know all of his works,
Uh,
are you feeling maybe ripped off that you're only getting a little segment of it, or like, or I don't know how the audience is feeling about that.
that's the thing. I was
That's
on the
true.
Reddit for Junji Ito, and everyone's in agreement that like the animation is not satisfactory to his work. And even the way that these are episodes are adapted, it's not. I mean, I'm coming from like general consensus. Like it isn't like a complete like opinion, but
Mhm.
from what I've been reading, it's like yeah, no, it's not. It's pretty weak. It's not a full experience and not the complete thing that you want to get out of a Junji Ito work. Um,
I feel
it's
like it's
kind
a
of that's
watered down version.
that's that's yeah, that's pretty apropos. By the way, should we drink water? Is that the thing? I don't know if we do we have to is that
What?
the hydrate? Do we have to do any drinking or no? Is that only when a commenter does it?
What, because I said water?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Is
sorry.
I'm gonna eat something instead, so take that.
Oh, rebellion.
Commenter.
okay, our producer saying please
Oh,
redeem hydrate. Okay, we just got redeemed hydrate, so I guess we're good.
Oh, all right.
Now you do. Um honestly, yeah, it is a pretty watered down version of these stories. I hate to I hate to be a I guess a negative Nancy, but
negative Nancy.
negative isn't that a thing? Is that people still say that?
Like my teachers.
Damn. How old are they?
They're older than you.
Oh good. Okay. I yeah, man, like it really is just a 20-minute advertisement to something stronger. And I don't know if it's gonna take another adaptation. I don't know how many times we gotta teach them this lesson, but unless Uzumaki really fucking slaps, it's a shame that these are the only anime adaptations for Junjito's work, and it's just okay.
Is
It's
it
just
is it better than the first attempt?
no. Oh, wait. Now that I'm
No,
on,
no, no, the way you went like no.
no, it's the same. It really is the same.
Oh, that's not good.
Everything. It started off. Okay. Let's say we were okay. Let's say if it was a 6 episode adaptation. Oops, my mic. Let's say it's 6 episode adaptation, and we stopped
Mhm.
at around. What was that episode? Going back, what was that episode with the? If we stopped around
With the
Layers of Fear, Layers of Fear.
okay.
Oh,
If we
layers of
stopped
fears.
around there, I would say it's better. But now that we're still going, it's basically the same. Like there's a the amount of hit or miss episodes,
Hmm.
it's
Mm.
starting to be the same as the last one, if that makes sense. Like it's about half hit, even less if you're a huge fan of Junji. And yeah, oh man,
When was that the first one made?
2018. I want to say
Mhm.
2018. It's when they came out in 2018, made
Okay,
probably 17
probably.
around there, yeah.
Damn,
Um,
that
and it
sucks.
was twice as long. It's like a
Twice
20,
as long?
yeah, 26 episodes is what they did.
Oh,
From remembering right. What was it called again? Junji. It's by the Crunchyroll one. And from what I saw, it technically is the same same studio, but probably different
Mhm.
staff that
Is there
animated.
is
mm.
there a reason why they're just choosing to animate small snippets of his works, or is there a reason why they don't just do like a longer Tomie episode or something like that?
That also baffles me too. I don't know. I don't think there is a real explanation for it. Other than other than what we said, like other than it being like an
A
advertisement
big
to,
advertisement.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best way I can describe it.
That's a
Um,
pricey advertisement.
well, also
Yeah.
there's libraries.
What
There's
are
libraries and
libraries?
there's also other ways of reading manga online, if you know what I mean. There's other ways. But yeah, there's if you want, there is a Tomie movie series that's done pretty well in Japan. It's live action.
Oh.
So
Oh,
yeah, it's a live action Tomie movie series it isn't it isn't like of course a complete replacement to Tomie manga, but it
Hmm.
exists and it's not or not all of them are great, but it's good.
Mm.
Surprisingly. Like the first couple are. I think there's like 5 movies in it, and like after about like one or two, it's like okay, it's starting to degrade a bit, but
mhm.
they exist. The Uzumaki movie does not hold up, I'll say. Um, yeah, that's just like close off on this
Tome.
story arc, this story for the Tomie photograph story.
Hmm.
It's just it really is just not the best introduction to her character. It's the wrong POV, it's the wrong context to in my opinion. It kind of plays out it actually does play out like a Tome without context YouTube video. I kind of like see it as that as like it's just a moment in time to a
Mhm.
longer story, and it when they could have just as easily picked something else. They could have just as easily picked a one and done Tomie story because that does exist. There is a couple like one and done, just Tomie stories that exist that could have just as easily been as impactful as in animated form.
Wow.
And
Well, now that you say
why they
that,
didn't
I'm
do
like,
them.
why didn't they? Yeah, exactly. Why didn't they do that?
Well, you showed us it was just that giant book, so like they obviously have choices.
They did. Um, while I was looking up a thing, Tomie's first 2 chapters before this photograph was in the
Hmm.
last adaptation,
Hmm.
and I guess they wanted to like continue off from people that remember that. But even then, you might as well just finish off the photograph storyline because they didn't. This is just
Oh,
one
there's
part.
more than one part of the photograph.
Yeah, there is.
Mm,
The first
okay.
2 parts were in the last Junji Ito anime, and then this continues off on chapter 4, So we're also missing chapter 3 being adapted into anime. And then 5 and 6 are two last things. And it's like with Tomie being like a prominent piece in the opening sequence of Junji Ito Maniac,
Hmm.
I
Mm.
would assume like they would devote more episodes to her because she's on t-shirts. Tomie is on t-shirts in Hot Topic. That's how iconic she is.
Well,
Like
you're on
that's
t-shirts on Hot Topic, man. You
she's on
made it.
stockings and on backpacks.
She's the main character. She's the face of the
She
franchise,
kind of
basically.
to some people she can be.
Hmm.
Some people she can be, yeah.
Well,
Uzumaki's
I
the most famous, but
see. This just makes me more upset that we didn't get more of it. You know,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'm a
like bad
little
choices were made.
You
I'm a
know,
little whelmed, yeah. Cue Ball on the chat says, Jefferson, I love the Tom and Jerry shirt. Yee, Tom and Jerry, the best Junji Ito manga.
Obviously.
It
it is pretty gory.
is
So,
pretty good. Oh my gosh.
Tom
There
dies
was
off. Tom's the
yep.
cat, right?
Tom's the cat.
Yes.
Did you see that there's a Tom and Jerry anime going on right now? It's like a cutesy
They have an
kawaii des.
anime?
Yeah, there's a cutesy kawaii
Aw,
des anime showing on Cartoon Network Japan exclusively right now. I don't know if it's gonna ever show
probably
up
not.
here, but it looks cute. From what I've seen on YouTube, it looks cute. Um, the next story after photograph, episode 10 now,
Mm.
Mhm.
was called Unendurable Labyrinth. Unendurable Labyrinth deals
Yeah.
with a bunch of monks, and they get two visitors from outside of their circle, and they tell them that they starve themselves to prepare for self-mummification. And the girls start Scooby-Dooing around, and yeah, I wasn't feeling this one. Mikey, how did you like or hate this one?
Um, anytime they show the Japanese countryside, I like it.
Oh,
I like that imagery.
yeah,
Um, that's always nice to like take it out of the city and into the countryside. Um, and I think that's kind of an aspect of Japanese culture that I'm usually pretty interested in. And then you throw the horror aspect of it, and the thing about the girl trying to like infiltrate it to find her brother. Um, and it kept my interest. It was definitely very
yeah,
interesting, I thought. Um, but overall, I think it just kind of like it fell flat. There wasn't really any gore in this one. There was I don't think the suspense really held up. It was very predictable. And the characters were not very memorable, but I didn't really get a sense of any character development for any of them. So as much as you can in like a 15-minute thing, but I mean, I don't know. It wasn't another one that just didn't hit for me.
yeah.
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 Basically agree.
Mm,
Yeah, Ren?
It wasn't it for me. It wasn't this one. I was like, all right, that's
It
fine.
it kind
That's
of
pretty much
did.
it. That's how I felt. I was like, as I was watching, I'm like, yeah, I don't know why you're surprised.
It kind of did feel like it was all working towards a big jump scare, and I'm sure it would have been scarier in the manga, but it was just kind of okay in animation.
I thought it
And
was just okay at best.
yeah, in
Yeah.
animation, in general, these I've also been reading that like these pages don't really translate well, like in animation, which is kind of something that we've already said before in our talks about this series. And it's
I think it's just the animation is lacking detail. If it had the right detail, I think it would convey the atmosphere a lot better. But it just looks too, I don't know, clean and
I
too basic.
I s- it really does. Like looking at I was looking okay, going back to Tomie really, really quick.
Hmm.
Like he
Okay,
I
you
don't
have the
know,
book.
just
Show us.
something about hold on. Wait.
I can see a
Something
little bit. I can
about
see a little bit.
let's look.
Yeah.
Okay. Something about that just
Okay, yeah, that looks a lot. That
it
looks a lot
kind of
better.
I
yeah,
can't tell.
I
I
can't
can't
put my
tell.
finger on it other than what was that?
I can't tell.
You can't tell. Okay, well, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here, that now that oh come on, hold on. Let me swap my background for a second.
Your background's like, nah.
I'm okay. Okay. It's just God, why couldn't they get someone else to animate this?
See, that has way more detail.
Yeah,
Like
I like
look
that.
at the eyes and like the skin and how the hair is on there. Like, yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
visceral. Like it's just I don't know if they just have to like go somewhere else, like another studio, or if
Yeah,
it's
because
just
I've seen
They just need to
some like
focus on it.
some animes who can look that gruesome. They can add that much
Yeah.
detail.
yeah, there
And
definitely is. I think like it's just either time constraints or budget constraint.
maybe it's budget.
It probably most likely is budget. It's
Right.
it's a
I feel
shame.
like the budget could have just been saved and like they could have just picked 2 stories or 3 stories and just make hour long or however long it needs to
Like
be. Like,
like an
yeah,
hour and a half or
yeah,
something for each one.
exactly.
Oh, now
And
we're
Something
like
like
just
talking.
that.
go hard on it.
You're saying just making an OVA, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can
they
see that. I
work.
can see that. I can see that working
OVAs
well.
work for a
OVAs are very
reason.
popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
They didn't have
man,
to make it a whole series.
they
See,
really did.
I think that's the point of this is that I don't understand what the point of just showing us little pieces of it other than to sell the books. I mean, there's really no other reason to do it, and it's just kind of like I think for diehard fans, I don't know if they're getting satisfied, but as a new fan coming into it, or a new person coming into it, I'm not necessarily a fan, but I mean, I'm feeling cheated almost that like I'm not getting enough of the story that I want or enough completion. And like this last episode here with the mazes and the monks, it's like, well, I can forgive subpar animation if the story is at least really good and really
Yeah,
really
Yeah.
interesting.
yeah,
And there's hints of it kind of being interesting, but they don't go anywhere with it. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah.
like they're like, well, there's a good story here. We're not going to tell you the story, but I
We're
mean,
gonna give you it.
yeah, I mean, if you read the book, you'll find the great story. But I mean,
That's the thing too. It really does assume that you
That
did
you've
your
read
research.
books.
It assumes that you've either read the book, did your research, or are already a fan. And they didn't take into account how many people, especially Netflix casuals
Mhm.
or American people, just going into this trying out a Junji Ito thing because they've heard about it, they've heard about the guy,
Mhm.
they've heard first off, you definitely have heard about the guy if you're a weeb. You definitely seen his stuff if you walk into a hot topic.
Or
And
any bookstore,
Or an
honestly.
anime
Bookstores sell
convention.
it.
or any bookstore. Anime conventions, I want to say, yeah, I guess you can kind of say that too. I just don't see a lot of Junji Ito cosplay specific ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I guess like as works, maybe you can see his fan art somewhere in the artist alley,
Sure,
maybe.
sure.
But I don't really.
The only one I've seen often as a cosplay is the nail kid. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
His
right
name's just
with the nails.
yeah.
It's Soichi.
Soichi. That's the
Soichi.
only one I see at anime conventions.
You don't see Tomie?
No, no.
Oh,
But I mean, like without her like weird head, she looks like every other girl.
that's why. Yeah, yeah. I've seen cosplays with the head.
With
Like I've
the
seen.
head, it
Yeah,
makes a
I've seen
difference.
pictures
Without
with.
the head, is like
Mm.
Yeah, it really
That's
is just some chick.
that's gonna
But
be tough to walk around all day in that cosplay.
yeah, no,
it's pretty normal.
I can't tell
Oh,
if the
okay.
pictures. I can't tell if the pictures that I see of the Tomie cosplay are in post
Oh,
production,
a
like if they're
pun.
photoshopped, or if there actually is a prosthetic. I know I have one friend who has done it before, and it was a prosthetic. That was pretty gnarly. Cue ball in chat be like, oh no, he redeemed you're so punny. Revenge
Yeah.
reflected. Run must show. Must now tell a pun. Okay. You
Oh
can do that
God.
anytime, Ren.
No, I've been thinking since I heard that. I'm like, crap. Um,
It'll probably come up in conversation.
yeah,
We'll
in
run it.
conversation, it'll probably happen.
It's it's in a cosplay setting, it's just there's only so much you can do to cosplay a character like Tomie. But yeah, I've seen Soichi before as a cosplay. Um I would
Yeah,
love
they
to
really
see
nailed him. There we go.
Hey,
Now I can. I'm really.
good job.
I did my best.
There, no, that's good. I liked it.
No, in all
did,
seriousness, most of the cosplayers that do him, they really do like no pun intended again. They really nail the character, like makeup and uh props.
Did we satisfy you, cue ball? Was that the pun you wanted?
Probably not.
I would love to. Oh, cue ball does. Cue ball.
Oh yay.
All right, we got it. We got it. I would
Good.
love to see someone cosplay this next character in our last story. This deranged maniac Kuriko.
Oh, the
Um,
bully?
the bully. I would love to see that cosplay.
You mean
Like just
the final look of the bully?
sure, yeah, that one
Yeah,
is. I was thinking of the
I will say that the final look, like that one clip, I'm like, all
yeah.
right, that one I can see is Junji Ito
I thought the
related
yeah,
uh
I
because
agree. I thought
it's
her final
it's
look
terrifying.
was
I was
great.
actually thinking of the
Great final
flashback
look.
scenes, but yeah, you know what? Now that you pointed out, final
Like
shot.
you pause that shot of hers, you put the right lighting, that's it. You'll
These
Yeah.
give you'll
these
give
hills
kids
sing.
nightmares.
Hmm.
Just
And
like set
also
this.
would be those popular one of the most popular like picture opportunities at conventions. I think
Oh
people
my
would
god,
Oh,
love to
yeah.
get their picture taken with that final version.
Especially like
ooh,
she's photobombing.
Yeah.
ooh, that would be pretty sick. Like
Hmm.
as like as a photo shoot, that'd be really sick. Now that you
Hmm.
point that out.
Especially if you're doing like a nighttime shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be. Oh
You
man,
can't do it, Jefferson.
if only I knew someone
You can't
who.
do it.
What's that?
You can't do it, Jefferson.
Just get a
Why?
wig. It's
You
fine.
Why can't I crossplay?
I
But
believe in you. You can do it.
to set the scene, Ren believes in me. Ren believes in me. To set
Okay,
the
there you go.
scene, Kuriko, this child, this fucking kid, is bullying this younger boy who just wants to be friends with her in the playground. After like no one wants to play with them. Uh, she she just starts bullying this little kid. That really is the story, and I love its simplicity. I think this was the strongest episode of the night for out of all the three. This was the strongest one of the night. It was complete to me. It was just the right amount of 10-minute horror story,
Mhm.
and and yeah, like you guys said, that ending is kind of a gut punch. Um, Ren, how did you like this one, or hate it, or like right?
I didn't hate it. In comparison to what I had to deal with before I came to that one, I was like, I'll accept this. Uh, the bar was low.
Yeah. No
um,
kidding.
like at first I was like confused, like, why are you paying this random child to play with your son? Okay, top tier mom. Because that's how they start. She starts playing with him, and the mom's like, I will pay you to play with my son. And I was like, why?
Honestly, though, not a bad side gig.
At the same time, I'm like, how did you not think this kid wasn't gonna snitch on you?
Yeah, I
I
at
would have
least
been
do
like, I don't
some,
trust this kid not to tell his mom
or
Yeah.
even just
or the people
hiring.
around you. Like, how do you know? Like, no one's gonna see you and be like, hey, this girl you hired to basically be your son's friend is like shoving his face in sand. Like, okay.
I don't know how she didn't like at least like do a background research or actually call an actual babysitting service or something.
Well, I mean, she was a kid. I mean, I can only background research on a kid.
You can now. It's called Instagram
That's true.
Oh my
and
gosh,
TikTok.
okay. I forgot to mention. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all these stories are the 90s because after seeing the photograph story in Tomie, and we saw the film being developed. It's like,
Hmm.
oh, okay, we're definitely in the 90s because
It's gonna be 90s or 80s.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly 90s, 80s, yeah. Um, yeah, I background search on a bully. I uh I did I did dig this one. Yeah. I there was a bunch of scenes that just reminded me of like that ah it did remind me of home. Just being drowned while drinking water or getting smacked by a stick. I missed that part of elementary school.
What kind of elementary school did you go to?
The streets.
The
Junji Ito Elementary.
obviously.
Mikey,
Damn.
how'd you take this one?
Um, well, the bar was set kind of low, like Ren
Yeah.
said, so I did enjoy it a little bit. At least it was a complete story, I felt. And I liked the end, the way the bully looked at the end. I thought was great.
Yeah.
So that much I did like.
That
Kinda
poor
did
kid.
that kid.
Someone
thing,
called
though.
child services because that kid is it's gonna
Here's
so
the
much
thing though.
therapy bills.
That kid
Yeah, her
that
son.
kid though played the long con. Like I fucking loved his redemption. Not
Oh
his
no, their
redemption,
son. Their
The
son.
son.
I meant the
Oh, that
son.
son. Okay, sorry. Okay, that guy. I thought we are talking about
The
uh
real victim of the
the
story.
real victim,
Yeah.
right? Right. But the dad though,
Yeah, he really said, I'm gonna get you back.
he played the long con. Like I gotta hand it to him.
That's ridiculously long.
Yeah, who has time for that?
To plan your revenge.
It's the type of revenge that like you hear about in like in like tabloid magazines or like
I
true
married
crime
my bully.
stories. In like true crime stories, it's so ridiculous. Like you meet again after 20 years, and oh my god, the way that Kuriko just breaks up with her boy to be with the boy she bullied on the spot on the bench.
The secondhand embarrassment I felt, I'm like, that how do you not know you're not screwed after that? Like
Yeah.
you had a man.
He is messed up.
You had a man that wasn't gonna go up like ruin your life. I mean, you like really.
The and
Ugh.
the sinister turn that the whole thing takes after the marriage, after
Mhm.
boy gets born and she starts to miss the bullying and takes it out on the kid. I was like, whoa,
I
this
mean,
is
that's something that actually happens though. So
yeah.
it's kind
Yeah.
of like that's probably why it was so unsettling. It's a reflection of what actually happens in real life to some people.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like their child reminds them of their ex or like a bad situation that happened that resulted in the child, or the child is loved by like others and are like showered upon by affection, but you weren't, so you take it out on the kid
Yeah.
as the kid's getting it better than you. And it doesn't help that the son was like a mirror image
Mhm.
of his dad as a
Yeah.
little kid. So I guess that's where her downward spiral started.
Good
But
take. No, that's
the dad doesn't come off good in this either because
Mm-mm.
he basically set up his own child to be tortured.
yeah.
So it's
And
like,
he like fucked up. I don't know where he went.
He
yeah,
wants to go get milk, and it's gonna take a bit to get milk in Japan. He has to go all the way to Hokkaido first. He has to go all the way up north to Hokkaido just to get
No, no,
milk.
no. He had
He'll
to
be
go
back.
fresh. He had
yeah,
to go get fresh fruit. You never come back from that one.
yeah.
Not that one.
Very tough.
Yeah.
It's
Which
it's
is
this
like, I get it that she bullied you, but you clearly went separate ways after a very long time.
Yeah.
And
I
you
mean, like,
come back and do this and have your son pretty much live through the same thing, but worse, it's his mother. I'm like, which one's worse than the other at this point?
uh-huh.
exact. I mean, and honestly, if he wanted to like get revenge for the bullying, he could have just married her, like had her break up with her boyfriend, who was
Mhm.
probably better for her, marry her, and then break up with her. He didn't have to go all the way with the kid.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it didn't
god.
have to go home
'Cause then,
stretch right there.
Oh
yeah,
my
because
god.
then that's just bad for the kid. It's not really bad for her because she likes the bullying. So
She gets to
seriously,
have fun. The kid is
yeah.
the one who suffers. I'm like, damn.
So in the end, he's the
Mikey,
real monster. He's the real
Mikey, you just
monster.
saying that just reminded me of the skit from okay, not to bring up a controversial figure right now, but it just reminded me of the skit from the Chappelle show. I don't know if you used to watch that show.
I
Um,
did.
you did? Okay. Do you remember the skit where he does exactly that? Like he comes back to to find an ex-lover and like showers her with like love and affection and tells her to come back to his place. And she comes in and she's like, "Hey, I'm married and have my own kid."
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember some of that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It didn't cross my mind when I was watching this, but yeah, I mean that's kind of like a revenge fantasy almost. That a
It
lot of
is.
Mm,
people that are bullied, like, oh, especially if it's like opposite sex bully, or or it
it's
could actually be same sex, could too, if
it's like
right.
revenge porn, but not
Yeah,
exactly the same.
yeah,
I mean, it's like in that borderline of it because it's like it is revenge. It's pretty messed up.
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
I'll take the ice cream truck over this any day.
The ice cream truck over okay, okay. As a oh wait,
Like as a
what situation would you rather be, an ice cream truck or this?
ice cream truck, I'm gone. I'm dead. It is what it is. I don't have to deal with anything. Here, I'd have to deal with therapy bills. You kidding
Right.
me? That's not
Yeah.
free.
I feel like, oh man, if we're just talking about those two, yeah, I feel like I'd be the dad in ice cream truck. I'd be a parent in ice cream truck trying to like at least like stop the car or like puncture or like what's it called, like slash a tire out of the bus, something. In
This
here, man,
one, yeah.
I'd probably be the boy that gets bullied, probably
The
somewhere.
first boy, really? You'd want to be him?
Maybe,
The first
maybe.
one? Well, I mean, like,
Oh, not the first. Well, actually, maybe. Yeah, maybe I would be the first
well,
boy.
because like if
Because
you're the
then,
first bully, you can choose a different path
Right. But the sociopath in me just wants that revenge story.
oh god,
with the sun and everything.
wow, would you take it that far, or would
I
you
don't know. I don't know if there is a son. I don't see him. I don't know. I just want to leave her at
No,
the
it
altar.
shows in the picture that he was there for her. Or he was there for her having him that he's born,
Yeah.
and then he just disappears. And it's like, all right, he just fucked off.
That's right. He did just
yeah,
leave after
he
that.
knew about the
Yeah,
son, so yeah.
I would not stick around to find out if I have a son. I would probably just leave at the altar.
At the altar or
That
wedding
is
night, or at the
actually
or wedding night.
no.
Yeah.
I the altar would be worse because you
Oh,
in public setting in front of everybody the humiliation.
If a person really did wrong me this bad as a kid, man, I don't know. Like it had to be something really atrocious for it to come to that.
Just cancel them on Instagram.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, there should
Uh,
be. He should make a story where he can take the horrors of today of being canceled on the internet and make it into some horror story.
from what I've seen, his works are mostly oh this most of
You
the
see that too? You see
I
that
see
too?
that.
All right,
Um
someone redeemed that we must all talk in third person. Uh, Ren, you were saying what was Ren saying?
Ren was saying that they saw um damn, Ren lost the thought. um no, come on, it's coming back.
Okay, I believe in you. I mean, sorry, Jeff
Oh,
believes in you.
you did your best. I mean, Jeff did his
It's not
best,
over yet. It's not over yet. We still got 2 more minutes.
right? Nope, thought's gone.
Okay. Well, Jeff did quite like this episode. This the story at least. The bully, yeah, we had a pretty low bar, but it was this one I can see being a nice one and done 10-minute little little goosebumpy story. Um Cautionary tale. I'm trying to think of like a
Oh,
Jeff is trying to think of a
Adrian remembered the thought. So Adrian was thinking or realized that most of Junji Ito's works seem to be set in like past time and not modern time. Like
Jeff agrees.
modern, like right now.
Yeah,
And
Jeff agrees to that.
Mike
Yeah.
Mikey agrees with that.
I only just realized that. I'm like, wait. I mean, Adrian only just realized that because a lot of the technology, like, Adrian was like, this is kind of old.
Yeah,
How
Yeah.
do they get away with all this stuff?
Jeff has not seen
Where's
one
child
flying car yet.
support?
Jeff has not seen
There's
one flying car or
there's no
smartphone yet.
Teslas, it's no smartphones, no nothing.
Jeff wonders if there even is. If does anybody in chat know if there is a Junji Ito story that takes place today or
Well,
not?
Or at
I
least
wonder.
2000s.
Mikey thinks that part of the reason his stories are that the way they are, like scary and suspenseful, is that there's an absence of technology, which would solve a lot of the issues probably. So I think because of that, it makes
Yeah.
it more scarier. Or Mikey thinks it's gonna be more scarier. Yeah.
Yeah, that is fair to say. A couple stories would have been resolved if they just called 911 on the spot.
Google.
Or did Instagram to do research on your board.
Or yeah, or like went on their story and be like, yo guys, this place kind of crazy. You guys should get over here and rescue me.
Or make it worse if it's like spiritual phenomenon related.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of technology goes into go like checking if they're ghosties and stuff.
Mhm.
So
Right.
that might open a rabbit hole more than like making it harder to be a spooky story.
I wonder if there is one then. Yeah, I wonder if well, wait. Yeah, are we yeah, we're done. 3 minutes is up. Yeah, I don't think he has one that concerns technology all fully. I do wonder if like he would like to do that, but Mikey, like you said, like there is just a timeless quality to his work because of that.
Yeah, I think it adds to the
Mhm.
creepiness of it.
And
Yeah,
it
it
did
does.
make us guess, like try and figure out where would you even place it.
Yeah.
So the
Did you
fact that
guys
it could almost be like whenever, I think kind of works with it.
yeah. I did you guys get to the post-credit sequences for this one?
I did.
I gave up on those. I watched it, but I don't really. I gave up on trying to decipher what's going on with that.
Yeah, I listened to them and they're stringing us along.
They
They
are.
ran out of ink again, or they ran out
And
of paper again.
paper and the ink.
Yeah, I don't know where this is going. I almost just want to kill it off and just skip to episode 11 and 12 and just see what they're on about.
Mhm.
Just so I can get the full picture already
Do you
because
want an answer to that?
you know it already.
I finished the whole series.
No, save it for
Okay. I
next week.
like, do you want?
Off camera? Do I want to know off camera?
I can tell you off camera.
Okay. I'll consider it, but also no.
I
I don't
think
want
you
to.
rather would want to see it yourself, honestly.
Does it actually lead to something pretty interesting?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh,
I won't
by the
tell you.
by the way, next week are we still doing the picking our three favorites and like deciding what director should direct the live action version of it?
You know, did we mention this during the podcast last week?
Oh, that's a thing.
Uh,
Yeah,
well,
Ren
we just
wasn't here. Do you want to catch
talked
up?
about it.
Okay. Yeah, Ren. So last week,
Mhm.
Kenji, Mikey, and I uh proposed
Oh, okay.
what if we picked a couple Junji Ito stories from this series and pick a director to do a live action adaptation for them?
I already know who's my director. Just one person.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Before we get to that, Mikey, do you want to talk about that? Like, do you want to? Oh crap! What is that now?
I think we're
You
just
must
wait till next week.
sing.
Sing
Sing.
or rap? Melody or sing? Let me close my doors. Hold on. Hmm.
Wait, why did you close the bathroom door?
for the next for the next 3 minutes. Okay. Mikey, do you wanna talk about how you would pick a director to 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 direct one of
Jefferson,
these
I'll leave it
episodes?
to you.
What did you say?
I'll leave it to you.
You do?
No, I said I'll leave it to you.
Wait, we'll discuss it after the
We'll discuss after the show.
show.
Okay. I was gonna say like we could
Because we're not done. We still have the other two.
we still do have the other two.
Yeah,
Um
we can't really pick it until then. So I mean, what if the
Sing. You gotta sing.
what if the last two are amazing?
I don't know,
So
man.
That
very
depends on
doubtful. Very doubtful.
it depends on your view of what amazing is. The bar is
I'm used to
low.
disappointment in the series.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh my god, I suck at this. I mean,
You suck at this.
I'm sorry. The producer keeps reminding us that we got to sing for the duration of the podcast.
You can do it.
Cue Ball is cheering us on with clapping emojis. But he doesn't know that I'm the one getting my own asses clapped tonight for not being able to sing this song.
That's a little too much information.
If only I knew if there was another animation studio that could do a Junji Ito anime, but there isn't because we keep going to the same one.
It does make me wonder why the same studio. Thank God.
Oh my god, we're done. I never want to do that again.
I feel like it might come up again because he said
I
that.
need to take improv classes. I desperately need improv classes.
Just be a theater major. You'll be fine.
We'll talk about it later. Hydrate. Man, you got a lot to edit, Stephanie, when this episode is going to Spotify. We got a lot of work. We got a lot of material.
Whoopsies.
What are you guys' hopes for these last two episodes? Ryan, I know you already kind of binged the whole thing, so I'll get to you in a second. Mikey?
I've been rather disappointed with this entire series so far, so I'm kind of hoping the last two will be decent. I don't expect anything amazing, but I mean, I just want maybe like find one or two good gems in the last few episodes, but I doubt it.
That is pretty much how I'm gonna go at it too. Like, just find that one diamond in the rough and say, yeah, this series was mid. Overall. Ren, how about you? As someone who already finished the whole thing.
Yeah. The last two are like, if they are not your cup of tea, you're not gonna care.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's again the arts, like I'm assuming it's the budget, but I feel like the art isn't conveying the story well. And I feel like the last two, especially the last one, suffers because of that.
Okay. I see looking at this episode guide that it's another Soichi story. Is the Soichi story...
If you do not care for Soichi, then you won't enjoy this.
Oh no. I'm
shit.
That's not gonna happen. That's not good.
I don't understand his appeal. I mean, okay, I take it back. I can see that he has a fan base.
I mean, if he didn't talk, sure. But he talks, so I'm like,
he does talk, and it's really grating. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
I think it's his look that people really like. Like you said, people cosplay as him.
So, people do cosplay Soichi. That's right.
It's the look.
Well, you're reading it. You're not hearing his voice.
Yeah.
So I can handle reading, but hearing any version, Japanese, English, or Spanish, I just want to.
His English voice is terrible.
His Spanish one isn't better.
Oh.
Did I watch it in? Oh, I did watch it in Japanese. Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it's about what I expected out of his voice in Japanese. I forgot to mention that.
It's just like meh.
It was meh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that I watched Tomie in English dub, and Tomie's voice. Mikey, did you watch it in dub?
Yeah, I did.
Yo, that voice. I did not like that voice for Tomie at all.
I liked it in Spanish. The Spanish they gave her like the evil Spanish lady voice, and it carried her well, I think.
Ooh. Like
because it's like
That's really
that
good.
deep Maria voice. If
Oh,
you
Ren?
know like telenovelas, it's like that. But it wasn't bad.
Oh,
I
like like the bitchy villain character.
like she's from the tone of voice, there's more to her
Uh-huh.
than like whatever camera girl.
that sounds much better than what we got. I think because the English
Because
version was very aristocratic and kind of like aloof,
It was kind of
which
raspy too, if you heard it. Did you hear that too? It was kind of
I think they
yeah,
try to keep a raspy quality, but like for like in Spanish, it's not raspy. It's more like a deeper tone. It's a deeper woman tone.
ah,
mm,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it did feel like an older person voiced it in English too, for some reason. Hmm.
Who knows?
I
But I don't like it when the voices are super high pitched. So I liked the lower tones than the higher tone because the higher tone makes me just want to jump in front of a car. In English or Japanese, neither
right.
one makes me happy.
I I don't have a preference other than I kind of just expected it to sound a little in English, I mean. I kind of expected it to be like um a lighter tone but with a sinister vibe to it. Here it was just kind of
Mhm.
scratchy and kind of I don't want to say it sounded like an old lady, but that's kind of the vibe I got for the English one. Like it kind of sounded like an older lady voiced her when
mm.
it's when it I don't know, it's like it's
I think that's what I meant by saying aristocratic. Like she was seems like she was like
ah
rich and
Mm,
like lived in a, a mansion, which I
maybe
guess
it's
would be an
the
old lady.
no.
I
kind of
guess
kind
I
of
don't know.
Yeah.
pompous.
Maybe it's the mole on her cheek or like right here. It's like it makes her look aristocratic,
Mm,
fancy.
Like a Marilyn Monroe.
Mm.
I yeah, I okay, so just to close it off, I do hope that his work finds justice at some point. I
Someday.
don't know if that's going to be either the Uzumaki adaptation or or someone else just tries again and a different studio picks it up. It's there's so much to love about Junji Ito that an anime absolutely can work. It's just finding that either the budget or studio that could do it. But yeah, that's a that's a that's all the
It's a
time
s-
we have today. Talk about episodes 9 and 10 of Junji Ito Tales of the Macabre Maniac. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to join our Discord to keep the conversation going. Shout out to my guests, Ren and Mikey. Mikey, where can we find you?
Gripsy47 on Instagram and on most socials. So, yep.
On most socials.
Thank you.
And Ren?
underscore ghost brat on Instagram and TikTok.
Nice. And I'm Jeffersaurus on everything. Just Jeffersaurus with a W. You can listen to this show on Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever podcasts are sold. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. All the platforms at Nom Talk Network. Tune in next time for more The Last of Us, hosted by Mike Manalo. And until then, I'm your host, Jeffersaurus, and you have a nomorific day.